Hey everyone, I'm Dan from JazzComposersPresent.com, an online space where composers, musicians, and listeners come together to celebrate the music we love. I'm joined today by Meg Okura, jazz violinist, composer, and leader of the Pan-Asian Chamber Jazz Ensemble. Meg is here to show us how to incorporate multiple musical traditions into your compositions.
Today's lesson comes with a warning label. Please combine styles at your own risk. We're going to dive right into a piece titled Rice Country from my new album, Isaiah. Rice Country comes from the Japanese word for America, Beikoku. It uses two Chinese characters, rice and country. The piece is about my perspectives on America from an immigrant's lens. The melody is vaguely based on a 1970s Japanese pop song called Kobangai no Mari. I say vaguely because the melody sounds familiar and not particular. Let's take a quick listen to that section right after the intro. Did you hear a Japanese pop song? I hope not. Here, I took the very simple major pentatonic melody and transformed it into something unmistakably American. Acoustic guitar strumming and me playing the fiddle-style violin and the flute adding a bit of Irish feel. And the reason why it works so well is because the theme is simple. Major pentatonic scales are everywhere. It is universal and unspecific. If your theme is too complex or too culturally specific, it becomes much harder to reframe it into different styles. So the key is to start with a very simple idea. So the Rice Country begins with a Copland-esque intro, thanks to the Copland House residency where I wrote this piece. Then it moves to an Irish bluegrass texture, then into bluesy section for the piano solo in an odd meter, then bridge section into this next section. Let's take a listen. If you thought that was a bit much, believe me, the section that comes next is even worse. It's a parody, and I'll be quoting different composers from Beethoven to Ellington to Aaron Copland and ending up in a chaos. Written out controlled chaos, that is. And I'm doing all of this to, purposely to reflect who I am as a person. And that brings me to my second point. Don't chase correctness. I often hear composers trying to make performers play traditional styles correctly, meaning in a culturally authentic way. But here's the problem. If the audience really wants true authenticity, they'll go to their source. So, and then if you imitate and miss, you lose both sides. For example, if I want the best sushi, I'd fly to Japan and sit at a counter in Tsukiji. But if I want an evening of creative magic, I go to an omakase place in New York. Omakase means I leave it up to you. You trust the chef, not for correctness, but for imagination, personality, and surprise. To me, jazz composition is like omakase. Trust your inner chef. Correctness limits you. Creativity gives you infinite possibilities. If you'd like to explore how I think about music and culture, please join me on Substack.
Thanks for watching today's mini lesson. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Drop any questions, comments, or suggestions for future videos down below. To watch our full-length events and participate in live Q&As with our presenting artists, head to jazzcomposerspresent.com. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.